Hello everyone, welcome to Redmen TV. We've already had news, we've got some breaking news. In fact, no, two pieces of breaking transfer news regards to Liverpool Football Club, and yeah, they're not necessarily the ones we're looking for. What we'd love to hear is Liverpool have signed someone amazing, but what's more likely to be discussed, because I've got it written down in front of me, is that Inter Milan are interested in Daniel Sturridge. We've got Paul Joyce tweeting about it, which basically makes it gospel. There is literally no more information on this than what is in front of us right now on the screen. Paul Joyce @ Paul Joyce, of course, saying Inter Milan interested in Daniel Sturridge. Wow, fantastic. Dynamite insight, phenomenal. He's a good guy, to be fair. I'm not looking to rip on him. I want your thoughts on this. I'll come to your comments in a moment. Inter Milan, we've discussed a lot on the shows on the redmentv.com website about what would be a good fit for Daniel Sturridge, and we talked about Premier League teams and the names, the usual suspects come up, the West Hams, the Stokes, the Newcastle Uniteds, and what I feel Daniel Sturridge would be an asset to those clubs. Is he better than that? And look, in my opinion, on his day, when fully fit, Daniel Sturridge is much better than mid-level Premiership. It's just whether you can get him playing and whether whether his body can handle football consistently week in, week out in the Premier League. Serie A would be a good move. Let me know your thoughts on that. We'll come back to your comments on that in a moment, though. The other piece of breaking news, and it's genuine, actual transfer news. We've got it here on the Sky Sports News Twitter feed. Breaking: Cardiff signed Liverpool midfielder Marco Grujic on loan until the end of the season. That's another interesting one. We talked about potential clubs for him. There were the likes of Brighton were apparently interested. A Premier League move looked like it was likely to be on the card. Taking a move down to the Championship. I want to know your thoughts on that. Do you feel as though that's a move for someone of his quality? Has he done enough to prove his quality? Is this Marco Grujic's level ultimately? Just to get confirmation on that, you go over to the walesonline.co.uk again. Bastion of news, presumably, in Wales. It's part of the Trinity Mirror Group because it looks exactly the same as the Liverpool Echo website, and it is confirmed by saying that Cardiff are set to make the second sign of the January transfer window, and they have picked the brain of our good friend, Liverpool Echo writer Christian Walsh. So if you wanted any more than that, you can go over and check that article out, but he talks about him being the first signing under Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. From a personal perspective, always been impressed from in pre-season. I remember being at the Liverpool-Barcelona game at Wembley, and the header he scored in that game, mwah, perfection. So much potential. Looked like he had that eye for goal, that timing to arrive late, and a great shot on him as well. But we've not seen it translated into first-team appearances. He had some injury problems last year where maybe he could have done with a bit more game time. And at the moment, Liverpool's midfield and Liverpool's side is just far too competitive, and we're seeing some really good young talents not get game time this time around. And whether that's because they got knocked out of the League Cup, we don't know. We won't know. A little bit disappointing personally, but again, give me your thoughts in the comments below. Just out of interest, Cardiff, I didn't know, I'm not a big watcher of Championship football, but Cardiff third in the Championship. This feels like a good move. We've seen Ben Woodburn linked with Sunderland, who, as you can see, are currently, Tom and your stupid reversed scrolling, going to be Sunderland bottom of the Championship. I don't want to see Liverpool players necessarily going there, albeit you've got the Chris Coleman Wales connection for Woodburn, but to send someone on loan to a team that is fighting for promotion, that's what I want to see. Okay, it didn't quite work out for Danny Ward as such, but if you're going to play football, I want them learning stuff and being involved in and around the playoffs, in and around a promotion fight. I think that's a really good set of experiences that he could learn from that and hopefully translate it back into being a Liverpool player. But I want your thoughts on it, on Marco Grujic. What is his position? What position does he play? I've never been able to figure that out. Is he a DM? Is he box to box? Is he more of a 10? From the little glimpses we've seen, I don't know which of the three midfield positions Liverpool have on offer that he fits in, but do give me your thoughts in the comments and I'll come to them right now. In fact, a lot of people left over from watching Chris. Sorry to disappoint, and look, he brings a unique style to everything that he does in life, often just in fashion terms. But other terms, just in terms of the mad shit that comes out of his mouth. I'll try my best to get through some comments. Tom, have you seen anything interesting?
I have Brian Gillespie talking about Sturridge, says, yeah, get rid of him. Whatever we can bring in can be used for a new keeper or striker.
See, this is apparently the sticking point on the Daniel Sturridge thing, is that Liverpool have set a £30 million asking price for him. and there's a lot of clubs who are not willing to meet that. I feel we might see a Sacco-style situation with this, whereas if he doesn't get a move in the next few days or the next week or two, Daniel Sturridge has all the hallmarks of a club will panic by the end of the window. So we might see, if he doesn't get tied up to Inter Milan soon, we might see a little bit of a bidding war, a bit of a frenzy to try and get a signature toward the back end of the window, because so many clubs looking for strikers. And also, in fact, if you can answer the question, if you could only let one of the Liverpool centre-forwards go this January, out of Ings or Sturridge, who would it be? Let me know in the comments. Tom, you got something else?
Again on Sturridge, eyes are HD. No point in having a world-class player if they can't even play 50% of your games in a season.
I think that's the interesting thing, and it is the thing. We've seen, let's use Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain as an example in this. Arsenal fans thought he was terrible and he was a terrible fit and he thought he had loads of injury problems and blah, blah, blah. We may well see that as his career at Liverpool progresses. But the thing is, what you can see is that he's a Klopp player. Now, I think it's fair to say Daniel Sturridge is not a Klopp player. You know, he came out when he first came into the club and talked about him needing to know the difference between pain and real pain. I don't think he's a fan. I don't think he's a fan of his style, and I don't think Liverpool are prepared to change their style to suit Daniel Sturridge. Now, here's the thing. If you change your style to suit Daniel Sturridge, or if you're a team that has a style that already suits him, I think he'll get goals out of Daniel. I think he's a terrific footballer, but maybe that's just the issue, is that he needs to find a better fit for him as a footballer. Tom?
Zayn Ishtiak. This is about Marco Grujic. He says, no, Grujic is quality, not just a big man. He's technically gifted and ripped it up in the under-23s and pre-season. But if it helps him break into the matchday squad for next season, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he's got to go and get some first-team experience, particularly at his age. I think it's okay for it to keep a Ben Woodburn playing in the under-23s because he's still a bit young. But someone like Grujic, he's a big lad as well. The levels of fitness, I've always said it as a big lad, but Klopp himself said it the other week when he talked about Virgil and how the tall players often take a little bit longer to get up to speed and get the fitness right up to the highest possible level. So I think he very much needs to play games, and if he can get, hopefully there'll be an agreement in place where he has to play a certain number of games. We've been getting better at those kind of deals, but yeah, I would hope that would be a good fit for him. There's one here from Panos who says, nice shirt, Paul. I've worn this for a very specific reason. So this is a nice shirt, and it's fake. This is a fake classic Liverpool shirt. I've got my channel, which is Mates TV. I've bought 4 fake Adidas classic retro football tops, 2 Liverpool ones, one of them being this. If you're into all that kind of stuff and you want to see them, they are amazing. This is actually the worst of them, I think, pretty much, but they're class. Go over to my channel. There'll be a link in the comments when Tom comments on to what I'm asking him to do. And also we'll put an annotation at the end of the video if you're watching this not live as well. But go over there, have a look, and drop a subscribe on my channel, heading towards 30,000 subscribers. I've got an answer to your question about Sturridge and Ings. Ashley Kemp says Ings has a great attitude. Just look how he's come back from these injuries. So I think that's something. And here's the thing, though. I think it boils down to the fitness issue again. We just we still don't know what we're getting with Danny Ings. I think he's missed a couple of vital years in his development. He looked like he was going in the right direction when we signed him, but to miss 2 full seasons, you know, if he'd had those seasons and he was scoring goals, you know, if he'd been getting like 10 or 12 goals and then he'd managed to go from, you know, because I think he got 10 for Burnley in the Premier League, if he managed to get a few more and then a few more, you could see a natural progression. We're hoping that he's going to come back in and be miles better than he was then. That's the tough thing. But again, another man who needs game time, and it's whether Liverpool can afford to get him game time if they think there's a player in there for them long term. A couple of comments actually I want to read. I read one of them. I do not know what the alphabet set that is, so I apologise for not being able to say your name. But Grujic is very similar to Milinkovic-Savic from Lazio. He says just didn't have time to prove himself yet, unlike MS. And there's a comment as well along those lines, and I think there's people, I guess people who've seen a bit more of Grujic coming through. If there's any Serbian Liverpool fans watching, for example, being to know your thoughts, who saw him play prior to his move. You know, he was winning league titles, albeit, you know, I think it was Red Star he was playing for. Let us know your thoughts if you've seen any of that and have a clear idea of what kind of player he is. That'd be really useful to us. Let's do a couple more, Tom, and then we'll wrap up.
Sean Bowden says, as a Cardiff season ticket holder, Cardiff is the best place for him at the moment. He'll be the main man for them and build his confidence up, ready for next season.
I just didn't interest that one. What was his name, sorry?
His name was Sean Bowden.
So Sean, be interested to know actually in the comments again what position you think he's likely to play for you guys. Whether you've heard any rumours on that, or is there a particular hole in the squad that you think he's filling from what you think your needs are in this window? That'd be very interesting, please. Let me see what else we got here. Yeah, that obviously got Sean's comment there, which is great. Sarah Smith said Salah to Real Madrid for 120 million. Nah, definitely not in January anyway. And probably not, almost certainly not in the summer. Sam McGarry 29 says, who do you think the mystery man is, Paul? I don't know. I don't know who it is, but who I would like it to be is one of Jan Oblak or Anton Griezmann. One of those two would be great. They've both got release clauses. I actually did a video on this again on Mates TV when I talked about who I thought the interesting signing could be. I did at the time say Alexis Sanchez. It looks like that's now confirmed to Man United, so put that to bed. But to go out and get someone who you may be getting, you know you can get because of the release fee, you know you've got money in the bank because of the Coutinho stuff, don't worry too much about paying over the odds. If you can just get that done, which means you can get into negotiations and get a player boxed off, get a player in now in January rather than getting into a feeding frenzy in summer when everyone else's budgets come through. That would be who it is. But as far as who it actually is, I've got no idea. Lee Wilson saying Griezmann on his way in the summer. Yeah, potentially. Tom?
Hassi Mia says Ronaldo available, 89 mil.
Imagine if Ronaldo was available, we could get Ronaldo for £89 million.
I mean, his release clause is $1 billion. So.
Yeah. Then no, I think that might be a stretch. But yeah, JFC had Paul to the transfer committee after that shout. Do it. I'd be well up for that. I'd be good. To be fair, all the thing we laugh about Liverpool's transfer committee, but I think you can see the combination of the transfer committee with Klopp and Buvac being added to it as well. Look at the success rate we're getting on that. Absolutely fantastic. Both very, very well. Last one from me. Raheem _ You'll Never Walk Alone 96. Bunking off school watching Redmen, Paul. Love that classy shirt, by the way. Daglish days. Yeah. Don't bunk off school to watch us, for God's sake. Depends what level of school, because I cannot sit here and straight face tell you that I went to every lesson during my A-levels. I did not. But I regretted that, and I regretted that when I got into it, I had to do a shit degree, and when therefore it made it really hard to do my degree. So yeah, don't bunk off school, kids. Stay in school. Watch it under the desk. Instead, for as long as you're in there, keep your attendance up. Yeah, great. Thanks very much, everyone. And yeah, again, if you want to watch the video where I got this shirt and a other few cool fake, 100% fake Adidas Originals Liverpool shirts, go over to my channel, Mates TV, and go and subscribe to it as well. On the road to 30,000 subscribers. I would have an Alexis Sanchez video on there, but YouTube fucking deleted it because they're pricks. Absolute pricks. But anyway, go over there, watch that, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Subscribe to this channel, most importantly as well. We want Redmen to be the biggest in Liverpool media, and that can happen because of you guys. More transfer news on the redmentv.com, the Reds Transfer Roundup. Go and watch that. All of that good shit. But anyway, thank you very much. Tom, you've been sensational.
Thank you.
And we'll see you all soon.